Hi there. Thank you for joining our presentation today. Really happy that you're here, and I really look forward to share with you what Cube has to offer to you and your company. Now, chances are that if you're here, it's because you're looking for ways to make your controls companies more efficient. Now, the great news is that we created Cube specifically for controls contractors to help them improve their operations. The intent of this presentation is to show you how each feature of Cube has been designed to improve your workflows. Now, as a token of appreciation, we would like to leave you with a copy of our ebook, 5 Mistakes Controls Contractors Make That Is Killing Your Productivity. You can download this from our website, and we hope that you share this with your team and use it as a benchmark to look for ways that you can improve your company's operation. I can tell you that I feel your pain. As a controls contractor myself for over 20 years, I know how frustrating the controls estimating and engineering process can be, especially when you don't have a cohesive system. Now, many years ago, I embarked on a mission to find a faster, less frustrating way to get rid of the problems that estimating and engineering were causing on my workflow, and this actually gave birth to what our Cube platform is today. Now let's take a look at what's most likely holding you back. Most controls contractors admit struggling with getting things going. And these are the 5 top reasons that we found when talking to each company. 1, estimating is too complicated or time consuming. Second one is it takes too long to get submittals. Actually, submittals is the clock in the machine that allows them not to get more work. Then once you close the project management becomes a mess because nothing is connected and it's very hard to track the project status, and in many ways they lose money on the process. The buying process is manual. You have to transfer a massive amount of information from your projects into your procurement system, which basically increase the possibilities of mistakes, and in many cases we end up making the wrong purchases. Last but not least, the commissioning process is way too difficult. In many cases, we don't complete our projects due to the fact that we don't have the correct systems. Now, if many of these 5 reasons apply to you, do not feel bad about it because, like I said, most controls contractors struggle with the same issues you do. And the main reason why controls contractors struggle is because they use the incorrect tools or the incorrect process, which unfortunately makes them work harder. And that is what's causing the stressful points and the frustration and the inability for them to become efficient and ultimately grow or make money. Life is too short to waste with inefficient tools. I strongly believe that, and wasting time using inefficient tools is a major setback for most companies. Our goal is to bring the Cube system to every controls contractors and help them become more efficient. Now, let's take a look at why Cube makes a difference. Now, why Cube is different. Our success lays on the holistic approach of managing a controls contractor's workflows versus an individualistic mindset of getting things done by a feature or by a single product. Now, what does this mean? Well, let's take a look at how most controls contractors operate by using this image. A typical control contractor would use, for example, Excel or a particular estimating product that has no connection with the sales, the engineering, the project management, purchasing, or service management. Then they will create the engineering in using Visio, CAD, or sometimes I send it in Excel. And that process, when it's done, has no connectivity with your project management. Therefore, all those systems, as you can see, are broken. And the problem here is that we believe estimating is the center of every process of a controls company, and the information is not flowing out as it should be. Now, the consequences of an isolated approach is that the lack of synchronization between the most essential processes in a controls companies will, 1, disrupt the communication between the sales tracking and engineering or estimating, which will make you lose all the intellectual capital accumulated during the estimating process. because intellectual capital is lost, it makes it very difficult to transfer all the data from the estimating to the engineering. And now you have to do a greater effort to complete your project submittals. Think about it. You have an estimator or a salesperson who puts a lot of information in estimating, and it will make sense for an engineer to grab that information and spend less time or have the submittals done. Unfortunately, most people do not operate that way. And basically what it boils down to is that in most companies, multiple people have to repeat the same process over and over, and the human capitals required to complete simple tasks, it becomes double. Our integrated approach will remove the barriers between these systems. Therefore, we would allow the information to flow freely from one activity to the other, and therefore we will increase the efficiency. Now in Cube, we believe that the estimate is the center of all processes. Everything starts here. If you have a good estimate, you can make money and everything will flow as it should. And if you have a bad estimate, everything will be broken, project management will be harder, and your team will be frustrated. That's why connecting the estimating with everything else within the controls company is paramount to your success. Now, the consequences of an integrated approach will basically, all the intellectual capital accumulated during the estimating process will be easily transferred to the engineering team. Therefore, since all the estimating process is done using pre-engineered systems or systems that you build for your library, once the project is sold, the submittal process becomes a lot faster and less time consuming. And we are able to save time and labor and work hours for our employees by distributing the information coming from the estimating process in an easy way to use in the entire company. Now, in summary, a successful Cube implementation will eliminate 5 mistakes that most controls contractors make at scaling productivity. Therefore, you will have a faster, easier, and more consistent estimating process. You will simplify the controls drawing creation. You will automate the submittal process. You will reduce or eliminate errors when purchasing your products. You will have a much better controls and more efficient project management, and your commissioning process and verification will be improved, allowing you to complete your projects successfully. Now, we knew when we first started creating Cube that this was a bold and comprehensive task. Instead of concentrating on just making an estimate software or project management software, we set ourselves to create a platform that will cover the entire gamut of a controls business. And this is why we created, as you can see here, a feature and a platform that will cover sales management, controls estimating, submittal creation, project schedules, engineering, service, human resources, to allow controls contractors to be able to manage the entire business in a single platform. And we're happy to say that today we have a platform that is able to deliver that comprehensive solution to the controls business. Now we are at the end of the presentation, and I'd like to finish by saying that most controls contractors want to change, they want to take a different path, but they can't because they're really simply too busy. We can help you to change, as we have helped hundreds of contractors year to date. Now, we also know that you have options. We're not the only company out there delivering similar products. However, we are the only company that delivers a comprehensive approach towards the controls business. Now, in making decisions, you will have to select between selecting a product that will cover a simple part of your company or making the decision of taking the holistic approach that's what Cube has to offer. With that, I want to thank you for being here and watching this presentation. If you find this material helpful, share with somebody else and help them become more efficient. We also invite you to watch all the other presentations that will cover other areas and features of Cube. And again, thank you, and we look forward to working with you in the near future.